Are you prepared for what is about to hit England in the next 24 hours? Because what is coming is not just another rainy Sunday. This is a multi-hazard weather event that could leave thousands without power, strand motorists on frozen roads, and turn your usual Sunday plans into a survival situation. Right now, as you are listening to this, a massive weather system is barreling toward England from the Atlantic. Wind gusts of 65 miles per hour, temperatures plummeting to 1 degree Celsius, snow across the north. And here is the shocking part. All three of these are happening simultaneously across different parts of the country. Stay with me, because at the 30-second mark, I am going to reveal which single English city faces the most dangerous conditions today, and I guarantee it is not the one you are thinking of. But first, let me tell you exactly what is at stake. The Met Office has just issued not one, not two, but three separate weather warnings for today, Sunday the 25th of January 2026. Yellow warning for winds, yellow warning for rain, warning for snow and ice. When was the last time you saw three concurrent warnings? I will tell you, it has been months. Here is your reward for staying this far. The city facing the greatest danger today is Liverpool, not London, not Manchester, Liverpool. And I am about to explain why in excruciating detail, but before we get there, you need to understand the bigger picture of what is happening to England right now. Temperature-wise, we are looking at a miserable 5 to 8 degrees Celsius during daylight hours. That might not sound catastrophic until you factor in the wind chill. With gusts reaching 65 miles per hour in some areas, it will feel more like freezing or below. Overnight, temperatures crash to between 1 and 3 degrees. In some northern areas, just 1 degree above freezing. 1 degree separates you from ice forming on every surface. But here is what nobody is talking about: humidity. Across most of England today, humidity will exceed 85%. In some cities like Leeds, it will hit 94%. What does that mean for you? It means the cold cuts deeper. The dampness penetrates your clothing. That 7-degree temperature feels like 3 degrees when the air is saturated with moisture. Now, let me ask you a question. Have you checked your torch batteries? Do you have drinking water stored? Because in the next few hours, thousands of homes across the southwest are going to lose power. Not maybe, not possibly. The conditions we are seeing make power cuts almost inevitable. Let me paint you a picture of what is happening right now over the Atlantic Ocean. Bands of rain, thick, heavy rain, are marching northward like an invading army. These are not scattered showers. These are organized weather fronts, one after another, each one dumping millimeters of rain across already saturated ground. The southwest gets hit first, then the Midlands, then the north. Relentless, systematic, unavoidable. And the wind, coastal areas in the southwest are about to experience something meteorologists call extreme wind shear. This is when wind speed increases dramatically with even small changes in altitude. What does that mean in plain English? It means if you are on the ground, you might experience 50-mile-per-hour winds. But if you are in a tall building or driving a high-sided vehicle like a lorry or coach, you could be hit with 65-mile-per-hour gusts. That is enough force to topple vehicles, to tear roof tiles off homes, to snap tree branches like twigs. Are you from Liverpool, Bristol, anywhere along the southwestern coast? Then listen very carefully to what I am about to tell you, because this could save your life. Liverpool is under a yellow warning for strong winds. Let me translate what yellow warning actually means. It means the Met Office has determined there is a significant risk to life and property. It means they have run the computer models, analyzed the data, and concluded that if you live in Liverpool, you need to take action now. The numbers are staggering. Winds from the Irish Sea will blow at 40 to 50 miles per hour sustained, not gusts. Sustained. That is the baseline. On top of that, gusts will reach 60 to 65 miles per hour. To put that in perspective, that is 96 to 104 kilometers per hour. That is motorway speeds. Imagine motorway speed wind hitting your house, your car, your body for hours on end. Sea swells off Liverpool are going to be enormous. If you are thinking about a nice Sunday stroll along the waterfront, let me be absolutely clear. Do not go near the coast. The Met Office does not issue these warnings lightly. When they tell you to avoid seafronts, they mean waves will be crashing over barriers, spray will be flying hundreds of meters inland, and the risk of being swept away is real. Temperature in Liverpool will hit 7 degrees during the day, dropping to 2 degrees overnight. Add the wind chill from those 60-mile-per-hour gusts, and it will feel sub-zero. Showers will be frequent, particularly through the afternoon. You will get wet, you will get cold, and if you are not prepared, you will get hypothermia. Here is something that will shock you. The risk of power cuts in Liverpool today is not just possible, it is probable. High winds plus heavy rain equals falling trees equals downed power lines equals thousands sitting in the dark. Do you have a torch? Candles, a way to heat food without electricity? If the answer is no, then stop listening to this and go prepare right now. But Liverpool is not the only danger zone. Bristol, that beautiful southwestern city, is also under the yellow warning for winds and rain. Let me tell you what is coming for Bristol. Temperatures in Bristol will reach 7 to 8 degrees, which sounds mild until you factor in the rain. Prolonged showers, particularly during afternoon and evening. This is not a quick downpour that clears up. This is persistent, soaking, relentless rain that will drench you in seconds. Wind speeds in Bristol will hit 37 kilometers per hour, with gusts potentially higher. Again, high-sided vehicles are at serious risk. If you drive a lorry, a coach, a van with a high roof rack, think twice before traveling today. The force of wind on a large surface area can push you right off the road. Sunrise in Bristol is at 7:57 in the morning, sunset at 4:47 in the afternoon. But here is the kicker. Due to thick cloud cover, you will barely see the sun all day, maybe 2 hours of actual sunshine across the entire daylight period. The rest, grey. Overcast, oppressive. Bristol residents avoid coastal areas. Have torches ready, have drinking water stored. If you have flights planned, check your airline now because delays and cancellations are almost certain in these conditions. Now let me ask you something. What is the one thing that terrifies British motorists more than anything else? Ice and snow on the roads, right? Well, if you live in Leeds or Newcastle, I have news for you. That fear is about to become reality. Leeds and Newcastle have a high probability of snowfall today, not just a few flurries. Actual accumulating snow, particularly over the hills surrounding these cities. Leeds will see temperatures struggling to reach 6 degrees during the day, plummeting to 2 degrees overnight. Rain mixed with light snow is forecast. The hills around Leeds, the Pennines, will see proper snow. And here is where it gets dangerous. When snow mixes with rain on road surfaces, it creates black ice. You cannot see it. Your car cannot grip it. Accidents happen. Winds in Leeds will blow from the east at around 15 kilometers per hour. Not as strong as Liverpool, but strong enough to drift snow across roads, reducing visibility to almost nothing in some areas. Humidity will hit 94%. That means every surface will be damp, cold, and slippery. Newcastle upon Tyne, that magnificent northeastern coastal city, faces identical conditions. 6 degrees during the day, 2 degrees overnight. But here is what makes Newcastle different. Winds from the North Sea. If you have ever experienced North Sea winds, you know they cut through clothing like a knife. Cold, damp, bitter winds bringing snow over the surrounding hills. Roads in and around Newcastle will be treacherous. If you absolutely must drive, here is what you need to do. Reduce your speed by at least 20%, double your following distance, triple it in snow, switch on your headlights even during daylight. Visibility in snow and rain can drop to under 50 meters in seconds. The warning is clear, roads will be slippery, ice will form, motorists must take extra care. That is not a suggestion, that is a directive from the Met Office based on hard meteorological data. Let me give you a moment to let that sink in. 3 cities under serious weather warnings. Liverpool with 65-mile-per-hour winds. Bristol with prolonged heavy rain and power cut risks. Leeds and Newcastle with snow and ice making roads undrivable. And we have not even talked about London yet. Are you ready for the London forecast? Because the capital is not escaping this weather bomb either. London will face scattered showers throughout the entire day. Maximum temperature 7 to 8 degrees Celsius. Overnight lows dropping to 2 degrees. Sunrise at 7:49 in the morning. Sunset at 4:37 in the afternoon. But again, thick cloud cover means you will barely see the sun. Humidity in London will exceed 85%. The air will feel damp, uncomfortable, clingy. That dampness seeps into your bones, makes the cold feel colder, makes you want to stay indoors under a blanket. If you are a Londoner planning to drive today, listen carefully. Roads will be slippery from rain. Visibility will be reduced by heavy showers and spray from other vehicles. You need a waterproof coat. You need an umbrella. You need to give yourself extra travel time because traffic will be moving slower than usual. Here is something most weather forecasts will not tell you. When roads are wet and visibility is reduced, accident rates triple. So if your journey is not essential, do not make it. Stay home, stay safe, live to drive another day. Manchester, the great northern city. How is Manchester faring in all this chaos? Not well, I am afraid. Temperature in Manchester will only reach 5 to 6 degrees during the day, potentially dropping to 1 to 2 degrees overnight. Let me repeat that, 1 to 2 degrees. That is almost freezing. And with humidity high, frost is almost guaranteed overnight. Drizzle will persist throughout the entire day in Manchester. Not heavy rain, but constant, annoying, penetrating drizzle that soaks through everything. And there is a possibility of light sleet early morning. Sleet. That is rain that is almost snow, the worst of both worlds. Strong winds from the west and southwest will average 19 to 21 kilometers per hour. Conditions will be overcast with thick cloud. Patches of mist may develop early morning, reducing visibility on motorways like the M60 and M62 to under 100 meters. If you are in Manchester, wear warm coats, scarves, gloves, shoes with good grip because there may be ice first thing in the morning. Black ice, the invisible killer on roads and pavements, Birmingham, England, SE second city, sitting right in the heart of the country. How does the centre of England fare? About the same as everywhere else. Miserable. Temperature around 6 degrees during the day, dropping to 1 to 2 degrees overnight. Light to moderate rain continuing throughout the day. Winds from the southwest will be moderate, but humidity will be very high, making the air feel damp and heavy. Birmingham sits at a geographical crossroads. Weather systems from the west meet weather systems from the east right over the city. That means Birmingham often gets weather from multiple directions simultaneously, making conditions unpredictable and changeable. If you are driving in Birmingham today, switch on your headlights even during daylight. Visibility may be reduced by rain and spray. Roads will be slippery. Give yourself extra time. Drive defensively. Now, I promised you a detailed breakdown, and we are getting to the best part. The part where I tell you exactly what to do to stay safe. But first, let me give you the big picture regional analysis, because understanding the geography of this weather system is crucial. Southern England, including London, Southampton, Bristol, and Oxford, will see slightly higher temperatures, 7 to 8 degrees. But you pay for that with strong winds and heavy rain, particularly along the southwestern coast. The wind and rain combination is what makes the south dangerous today. The Midlands, with Birmingham as the focal point, will see lower temperatures, 5 to 6 degrees, with steady rain throughout the day and the possibility of frost first thing in the morning. The Midlands is the transition zone between the milder south and the colder north. Northern England, including Manchester, Leeds, Newcastle, and Liverpool, will be the coldest region with daytime temperatures of just 5 to 7 degrees. This is also the region with the highest risk of snowfall, particularly over higher ground like the Pennines and the hills around Newcastle. Eastern England, with Norwich as the representative city, will see less rain than the west, but will still experience showers and cold winds from the North Sea. Norwich will hit 6 to 7 degrees with scattered showers and northeasterly winds. Not as dramatic as the west, but still unpleasant. Let me ask you this. Are you starting to see the pattern? The entire country is under assault from multiple weather systems simultaneously. There is no safe zone. There is no area that escapes unscathed. This is a national weather event. Now, here is where it gets really interesting. The outlook for the coming days, because this is not a one-day event. This is the start of a multi-day weather crisis. According to the Met Office, unsettled weather will continue through the final week of January. On the 26th and 27th of January, bands of rain will keep moving northwards. Temperatures are expected to fall gradually from the northeast, with an increased risk of snowfall, particularly over northern hills. Towards the end of January, colder air from the northeast will penetrate further into England. Frost may become more widespread overnight. Rain and wind will continue but may decrease in intensity compared to today. May decrease, not will decrease. May. That means there is no guarantee conditions will improve. There are signs that conditions may settle gradually into early February. But here is the thing about weather forecasting. The further out you look, the less certain the predictions become. What we know for certain is today, Sunday the 25th of January, is going to be brutal across England. Now, the part you have been waiting for, the practical advice. What should you actually do to stay safe? First, restrict unnecessary travel. If you do not absolutely need to leave your house today, do not. This is especially critical if you live in Liverpool, Bristol, or anywhere along the southwestern coast. The roads will be dangerous. The weather will be dangerous. Your home is the safest place to be. Second, secure outdoor items. Garden furniture, bins, plant pots, anything that is not bolted down needs to be brought inside or tied down. 65-mile-per-hour winds will turn your garden furniture into projectiles. I am not exaggerating. A plastic chair in 60-mile-per-hour wind can smash through a window. Third, check on elderly and vulnerable neighbours. Older people feel the cold more acutely. They may not have heating adequate for these conditions. They may not have food stored if they cannot get out. A quick knock on the door, a simple "Are you okay?" could save a life today. Fourth, have torches and drinking water prepared in case of power cuts. Not if, in case of. Power cuts are a real possibility, especially in high wind areas. When the power goes out, you cannot boil water if you have an electric kettle. You cannot heat food if you have an electric cooker. You cannot charge your phone. Prepare now while you still have power. Fifth, Ensure mobile phones and electronic devices are fully charged. If the power goes out, your phone is your lifeline. Charge it now. Charge any power banks you have. Charge everything. For motorists, here is your specific guidance. Reduce speed. On motorways, if the limit is 70 miles per hour, drive at 50. On A roads, if the limit is 60, drive at 40. I know it feels slow, but slow keeps you alive. Increase following distances. The 2-second rule becomes the 4-second rule in wet conditions. Pick a fixed point like a bridge or sign. When the car in front passes it, start counting. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004. If you pass the point before you reach 4, you are too close. Switch on headlights even during daylight to improve visibility. This is not about you seeing the road. This is about other drivers seeing you. In spray and rain, a car without lights can be invisible until it is too late. Avoid areas with standing water. If you cannot see the bottom, do not drive through it. Water hides potholes. Water can be deeper than you think. Water can flood your engine in seconds. Turn around, do not drown. Check tire pressures and screen wash before setting off. Underinflated tires reduce grip on wet roads. Empty screen wash means you cannot clear spray and dirt from your windscreen. Both are potentially fatal errors. Carry blankets, water, and food in the vehicle in case you become stranded. If you slide off the road in a remote area, if you get stuck in snow, if your car breaks down, you could be waiting hours for help. A blanket keeps you warm. Water keeps you hydrated. Food keeps your energy up. These are not luxuries. These are survival essentials. For outdoor activities, the advice is simple. Avoid coastal areas and riverbanks. Do not shelter under large trees during strong winds. Postpone outdoor sports activities. If you must go out, wear multiple layers of waterproof clothing. Let me explain why large trees are dangerous. When wind hits a tree, it acts like a sail, catching the wind and multiplying the force. In 60-mile-per-hour winds, branches snap. Entire trees can be uprooted. Standing under a tree in high wind is like standing under a structure that is actively trying to fall on you. Coastal areas and riverbanks are dangerous because of wave action and flooding risk. A wave that looks small from a distance can be 3 meters tall when it hits. Riverbanks can collapse in heavy rain. Stay away. Now, I want to talk about something most weather forecasts completely ignore, the psychological impact of weather like this. Miserable weather affects mood. Grey skies, constant rain, bitter cold, it wears you down. Seasonal affective disorder is real. Vitamin D deficiency from lack of sunlight is real. If you are feeling low, if you are feeling depressed, if the weather is getting you down, that is normal. That is not weakness. That is your body responding to environmental stress. Talk to someone. Reach out. You are not alone in feeling this way. Here is something that will surprise you. England actually has excellent weather warning systems compared to most countries. The Met Office is one of the best meteorological services in the world. When they issue a warning, it is based on decades of data, sophisticated computer models, and expert analysis. Trust the warnings, act on them. Southampton, the major southern port, will see temperatures of 7 to 8 degrees, persistent rain, and strong coastal winds. If you are planning ferry or boat journeys, check schedules now. Services will be delayed or cancelled. The ferry companies will not risk passenger safety in these conditions. Oxford will hit 7 degrees during the day, 1 degree overnight, with scattered rain and strong winds. That 1 degree overnight temperature means frost is almost certain. If you are in Oxford and you have plants outside, bring them in. If you have pipes in unheated areas, they could freeze. Norwich, 6 to 7 degrees with scattered showers and northeasterly winds. The North Sea wind is what makes Norwich cold today. It is not just the temperature, it is the wind chill. Dress in layers, cover your head. Heat escapes fastest through your head. Now, let me address something directly. Some of you are thinking this is just typical British weather. Why all the fuss? Let me tell you why. It is not the individual elements. It is the combination. Wind alone, you can handle. Rain alone, you can handle. Cold alone, you can handle. But wind plus rain plus cold all at once across the entire country, that is when it becomes dangerous. That is when people die from hypothermia. That is when accidents happen. That is when infrastructure fails. The Met Office does not issue 3 concurrent warnings for fun. They do it because the data tells them this is a significant event with serious risk to life and property. I want you to do something for me right now. Look outside your window. What is the weather doing right now at this exact moment? Is it raining? Is it windy? Now imagine that, but worse. Now imagine that continuing for the next 12 hours straight. That is what today is going to be. Comment below where you are living right now. Tell me your city, your town, your village. I want to give you specific, localized forecasts. The weather is different in every location, and you deserve to know exactly what is coming for your specific area. Comment your location and let us make sure everyone gets the information they need to stay safe. Here is your final summary, the information you absolutely must know before this broadcast ends. Sunday, the 25th of January 2026 will be a very challenging day for people across England. Widespread rain, strong winds, low temperatures, and the risk of snow in the north require you to prepare thoroughly and take care. If you are in Liverpool, Bristol, or coastal areas in the west, be extremely vigilant regarding strong gusts and heavy rain. Power cuts are likely. Travel disruption is certain. If you are in Leeds, Newcastle, or any northern city, be prepared for snowfall and slippery roads. Ice will form overnight. Black ice will be invisible and deadly. If you are in London, Birmingham, Manchester, or any major city, expect rain, wind, and cold. Roads will be slippery. Visibility will be reduced. Travel will take longer than usual. Monitor the latest weather updates from the Met Office throughout the day. Conditions can change rapidly. What is a yellow warning now could become an amber warning in hours. Stay informed, stay alert, stay alive, restrict unnecessary travel. If you do not need to go out, stay home. No journey is worth your life. Prepare adequately when you must venture out. Waterproof clothing, warm layers, charged phone, emergency supplies in your car. Your safety is the top priority. Not your appointments, not your plans, not your convenience, your safety. And here is your teaser for what is coming next. This is not the end of the unsettled weather. The 26th and 27th of January look just as bad, possibly worse. Colder air is coming from the northeast. More snow is forecast, more frost, more disruption. Tomorrow, I will break down the extended forecast, show you exactly what the rest of January holds, and tell you how to prepare for what could be the coldest end to January we have seen in years. Comment your location below. Tell me where you are. Let me know if you are prepared. Share this with anyone you know in England. They need this information. This could save lives. Stay safe out there, England. This is not the day to be a hero. This is the day to be smart, be prepared, and be safe. The weather is not your friend today. Respect it, prepare for it, and you will get through it. We will see you in the next forecast. Stay dry, stay warm, and for the love of everything,